Ugh. Listen, you can only do that so many times. Trust me, I know.
The One Piece awaits, a treasure untold. Boundless possibilities, stories unfold. Noxiddar cheers as Luffy sets sail into the unknown where legends prevail. The Grand Line calls, a place of wonder. Adventure awaits, lightning and thunder.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Noxiddar here, and welcome to the next reaction of One Piece. Today, we're starting with episode 87. The last 3 episodes, we got to know Chopper and his backstory, which is, quite frankly, it's incredibly tragic. And before I sat down to start this recording, I started thinking back about just how I felt about this whole leg of the adventure, right? Since we've entered the Grand Line, we've seen a gigantic whale, a lighthouse, an ancient island with dinosaurs, and giant Vikings that are dueling each other. We've come to the frozen island of Drum, and seen the population and the political climate and upheaval that's going on there. I've seen really transformative devil fruits and incredible powers that, you know, it's always fun and exciting to see what's new. What's Luffy gonna come up against? What's Luffy gonna be able to use to his advantage? Knowing all the while that we were going to meet this little reindeer Chopper, and how we got there, how it happened, is beyond anything I could have anticipated. And it's something that I've loved really every step of the journey. And it kind of boggles my mind that in Baroque works and the Arabasta saga that we haven't even got there yet. We haven't even got to the meat and potatoes of it. We have Princess Vivi. She's our connection to that part of the journey, and we're not even there yet. That's so crazy to me. One of the things I reflected on is how exciting this must have especially been for people who were there along for the ride as it was unfolding, not really knowing to what insane degree this story would unfold to and become. I feel like I'm standing in the shadow of this cultural monolith, and I'm just tracing the steps until I can arrive at the foot of the thing and be caught up like so many other people to just really take in the last 25 years of significant long form storytelling that so many people tell me I'm gonna, just you know, like I'm really in for a treat. And we're not even 90 episodes into this whole thing, and it's overwhelming how amazing these first few steps are into a larger world. But alas, we have more adventures in front of us than the adventures we've had behind us. And so with that, let's get right to our reaction. They put his flag up, that's cool. Yeah, you tell him. No hesitation. I know we're working on that a little bit with Luffy, but I'm glad for it here. Ooh. He definitely felt that. He definitely felt that. Yep. Giddy giddy safe. That was close. Yeah, biting a bit out of the boat. These guys are kind of persistent. I'll give them that. The inflection that Mayumi Tanaka gives to Luffy and the vocal range of going from I'm in the midst of this very serious, like stern voice telling the enemies what's gonna happen, and then to have it just kind of crack and become this playful little tease at the end is so great. I feel like I'm on a roller coaster and I haven't seen the layout of the track before, and so we're like making these pretty fast, crazy bunny hills, S-curves, loop-de-loops, the works. And so it's kind of just a pleasant surprise every time it happens because it's so unexpected. I think a lot of things, and we've established before that a lot of things in this show are quite unexpected, and that's really the treat of it all. That'll show him. That's true, this is personal now. Oh. Yeah, that's cold. That's true. They got that connection now. This dude really does not care for any individual on this planet. Just no empathy. Let's go. Look out, it's a furball! This is technical electricity. Probably. How far do you gotta go to get a coat around here? Yeah, come on, fashion over function. Let's go. I know that she's getting over a fever and needs to rest, but there's something kind of sweet about the fact that she doesn't really give it that much worry or concern. Just completely at ease with the idea of hearing that there's a fight going on outside and that Luffy's not concerned about it either. I think that that's a great demonstration of the kind of trust that they implicitly have placed within each other. You know, we saw our first real indication of that with Luffy handing Nami the hat, and it's nice to see even in a brief moment like that could totally escape you if you're not looking for it, to see the continuation of that trust that's been developed over all this time. It's so endearing. I love it. I'm a sucker for it. Okay. Ugh. Listen, you can only do that so many times. Trust me, I know. Is this One Piece or is this Star Trek with the trouble with tribbles? If you know, you know. You'll be fine, Sanji. Ooh. Come shoot, let's go. That was cool. That was, oh my gosh. Look at that momentum carry him. I played Super Smash Brothers. I know what that means. What's he gonna do? Chew harder? Which end did that come out of? A Waffle House? A Wapol house. Sorry. You know what? This would absolutely be horrifying in the live action. Cool dance moves. Oh no, they've unionized. That's true. But they do look pretty ridiculous. Oh. That's like Chopper's treasure. Luffy knows a thing or two about what's important. Yep. Here he goes. I love, again, how the soundtrack just fades away and we're left with the sound of the frigid winds blowing. And what's really nice about the emphasis that that adds is when Dr. Hiruluk is finished speaking and we just get that smile and we cut back to Chopper thinking about it, it feels like those words get carried away with the wind. So it, in a way, it kind of helps really like hyper focus on their meaning as they fade, as they leave, carrying into the next sentence. And it's like a little production touch like that is really well done. So my hat's off to the entire animation studio for putting that production side of things together for that form of storytelling, because I picked up on it right away. That's yeah, that's really cool. I almost wonder if a moment like that isn't necessarily orchestrated by what makes sense, but it almost feels like it was created and played out in such a way that that's what the reader experienced. And it kind of makes me feel like this animation studio is also a reader of the material naturally, you know, beyond just research, but also like finding that emotional cue within that moment. I know that I really seem to like zero in on these little moments, but those little moments, again, when you take the time to appreciate them for what they are, you almost always find that the little moments are the things that create the bigger implications in the larger context of the story going on. Oh. That is some badass imagery right there. That is so cool. That's cool. Oh my gosh. Epic start to our confrontation with Wapol, the Waffle House, whatever he is now. Oh my goodness. Let's go, episode 88. Let's do this. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. Duh. It's a little chiropractic readjustment. Nothing to worry about. Oh, you got him, Chopper. I love that. Oh, well, he got them. He got him. Okay, I was about to call that a miss. Ooh, superhero landing. Man, those methods are pretty harsh, but effective. Yeah. Yeah. Just a little ice cube, that's all. I've been playing so many video games lately, and especially like action RPGs, where you get like those small buffs over a certain amount of minutes. And so to actually watch Chopper just pull out a damage buff pill and even tell you like what the duration of its effects are, that just tickles the inner gamer inside of me. That's amazing. Oh. Oh. Zone type. Huh. I bet he and Luffy can take a lot of inspiration from one another. Yep. Ooh. That also leaves the door open for even more too. Hang on, he's having a moment. And so are we. Ooh. That's cool how all the hair just like shed itself. Oh my gosh, that is an arm. It is an arm and hammer. Ooh. I love how he's changing in between dodges too. That's so cool. What? What? He's going full Terminator on him. It's definitely a beam. Oh, he said it! Man, this guy's making a lot of assumptions. Ooh, got him good. Oh, that was a sickening crunch. Aw. Aw, that's amazing. That felt so good. I've been playing a lot of Black Myth Wukong, and that's how I feel every time I get that one last heavy strike in on an opponent, and it just goes into the slow-mo and he falls. Oh man, so I'm almost like making that instant personal connection because that's what I've been playing instead of probably recording as much as I should lately. So that's all me. I'm sorry, but let's continue. Oh, thank goodness. I like Dalton. Too many mind. Yep. Called out.
Wapol が国王に戻ってしまえば永遠にこの国は腐ってしまうぞ。その体で戦えるわけがない。私が蹴りをつけてみせる。どんな卑劣な手を使おうとも。
Man, he looks huge in that framing right there. That's awesome. I don't know, man. It's a really sweet thought, though. Yep. Oh, the serious power, yeah. Yep. He must be inside, yep, inside the castle. Man, I'm good. I'm right there with him. So I've been trying to use the list of the different arcs within One Piece to determine kind of the pacing of how I do the videos and things. And in the last 3 episodes that we watched was recommended to me by you in the comments, and I'm really glad I did that because I really felt like it held a lot of emotional consistency for that, because these episodes are very different emotionally and everything, although still kind of chaotic though, from the previous video. So that puts me at an odd number, which I think means we need to do another 3-piece. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right to the next episode. Episode 89. Uh-oh. No. Oh. Oh, that's lucky. What in the Marilyn Manson? Well, it worked. In a way. Whoa. Oh. Alright. Ooh. One thing this show does so well is impacts. Like, it could be anything from Captain Kudo's glasses being shattered. It could be just the brief moment while Usopp is traveling through the air before he slams into the ground. And it could just be a random rogue foot coming out from off screen from Luffy. And the sounds are so satisfying. Even that bone crunching punch right up the jaw that Chopper delivered to what was it, Chess Marimo? Oh my gosh, that was, yeah, it's so satisfying. One of the things in this whole appreciation of the sound and sound design are the sound effects are just so good. And to think that we're going back to the very late 90s for this. Now, I don't know if some of that audio was kind of remastered in the HD version, which is what I'm currently watching on Crunchyroll. But I can definitely tell you that that foundation had to be strong to get there. And this is, it's so good. It's so good. I'm of the belief that when I do reactions where I can't speak from expertise, I should speak from gratitude and appreciation. And I'm so grateful that I get to bear witness to this incredible fight and this incredible sound design and this incredible production of this anime. All right, I think that's enough. Let's get back to it. Surprised he didn't peel himself out the wall. She knows. She's got the receipts, even if they're all up here. Wonder if a certain thief might have swiped that. Oh. That's pretty cool looking, I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised he didn't eat it. It's got a long wind up, I guess. Yeah, might have been a while. I definitely noticed over the course of these last 3 episodes that we watched, they use a lot of flashbacks. But before, when the flashbacks were used to kind of expand the understanding and the context of the storytelling, these flashbacks almost service of extending that breadth of understanding. It's more like the depth of understanding by reinforcing things that we'd already seen and seeing them over and over again. It's really interesting to see this form of storytelling, and I wonder what the choice was to go with that. And I feel like there's that strong central message of this is a sick nation and that resistance is futile, according to, you know, Wapol's point of view. And so, yeah, it's just very interesting seeing these kind of reinforced over and over again throughout the course of this little arc. Don't eat that. Dang. Luffy's just saying, bring it on. I'll take them all. Ooh. What you gonna do, Chopper? Oh, wow. That's really interesting. The dichotomy between the cold, calculated realism of the way that Wapol and his men view governance, but then also to kind of hear the little bit of idealism that Dalton has for governance. And it just kind of made me think how almost like balancing a scale. Too much of one leaves you in an unbalanced, or like kind of the nature of what they've been talking about with this whole theme, like a sick, being sick in the heart and things like that. Because with that cold, calculated realism, it can often breed an emotionless state. And that's one of the things I picked up on about Wapol, is like, he doesn't really have much empathy for others, where then when you have idealism, I think in its purest form, putting it in the context of One Piece, is not unlike chasing your dreams, right? To have something to strive for, to believe in. On the same token, you have too much of it without that bit of realism. You almost kind of cut yourself off at the pass, and you don't create that path forward because you're too stuck in thinking about doing things instead of actually doing them. I myself am a victim of this quite a bit. I think how cool it would be to be so many episodes deep and to be caught up with One Piece. And I spend so much time thinking about that I'm not actually recording anything. And so here we are today, where we're trying to catch up to my own idealism. So there's a really interesting message in there too about the unbalanced state, not necessarily the practicality of government and governance, but just the healthy view of a balanced life and how you live it. I hope I'm striking on something here. That's at least what I feel like I'm picking up on. Right. Okay, see, so, extremism? Alright. I guess the idea though is that when they talk about how the will of the people and the happiness that they have is not as important as the systems of control that are in place, when those systems become too oppressive, too overbearing, you create that pocket of resistance that leads to extreme measures like we see with, I don't know, pulling out a whole string of dynamite on the rise up to the kingdom. I almost guarantee this place is gonna be flattened by the end of this, or at least that's what it seems we're leading up to. Wapol doing a very good job on his own right. Right out the top. Oh, ooh. Oh, look, he's got a good view. Oh my gosh. I love how cool Dr. Kureha plays it. Like, just seemingly unfazed about the just craziness going on around her. I love it. He's got that serious power. I don't know how it manifests, but he's got it. Oh, whoa. That's one heck of a glomp. I see. So he'd almost just given up in that point. Oh, great. Ooh. But did he just say don't call him that? There you go, that's better. I'm really glad I did this next set in 3 as well, because I think that kind of wraps up and it just leaves you feeling good. Right there at the end. That was so incredible. I've talked about this before, but like the setup where all parties kind of converge there toward the end, I really thought we would see like the full crew in action doing something together. But yeah, we still kind of like split up and had our separate side adventures. Now like your A plot, your B plot, it definitely does keep things pretty interesting. And so one of the things I mentioned about is how like, you know, all the parties gather over the time and then we culminate in this big struggle, this big battle. And I always said, like, I don't even care if that feels formulaic, because the way that it's told always feels so unique and so just exciting to experience and be a part of. And this little wrap up with Wapol, although we don't know if this is the end of him. There are 2 more episodes left in this arc, which we'll have to get to in the next video. But suffice to say, I think this arc especially was so cool because we saw such a diverse use of abilities, and it wasn't even just physical. If like we're doing like attack buffs, we're doing shape shifting, and we're eating things, and we are what we eat, and you know that still holds true even in this sense with that particular power. But what a good time, what a fun ride. This, I feel like we're getting back toward the upswing on the adventure, the things to really just grab a hold of and get excited for. And it's crazy to me to think, and I'll have more thoughts on this after the next 2 episodes when we kind of hit that stopping point that bookmarks the journey up to where we will end in season 2 of the live action. It's something that I'm very much looking forward to, and I'll probably give you more thoughts on that, like I said, at the end of the next video. But that's all the time we have for today. I'll see you in the next one. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed this reaction. This is Noxiddar, out. We'll see ya.